Well, hello, Morena. Oh, how's your Monday going? Do you know, I opened up my planner to have my meeting, and on page 94, it says, busy is a choice, stress is a choice, joy is a choice, choose well. And I'm like, well, I actually believe all that. I do believe busy is a choice. I actually quite like busy. I've over-identified with busy for quite some time. I always thought busy meant, you were very important or something. And I was sort of raised to believe that the busier you were, the better you were, or the more important you were, or some bullshit. Which I now know in my ancient wisdom that that's not true. But it's a trap, is it not? Busy? Anyway, busy is a choice. So I'm not that busy this week, which is a blessing. Have got a bit of stress on this week. And that's a good reminder, right? Stress is a choice. I've got lots happening this week. I've got my mum having a little operation, not a big operation, just a little operation. But, there's a bit of fuckery involved, isn't there? There's hospitals and things and appointments and, oh my God, anyway, that's the whole thing. And then I've got a medical day with my dad, and that is not an easy feat. Again, nothing wrong, just, bit of life maintenance. Oh my God, these elderly people. Fuck me. So my parents are now heading round the corner into 80, so I guess that's the elderly bit. And, I went to a movie yesterday, and it's called The Last Journey. I strongly recommend you go. If you have an elderly parent, or you, I don't know, if you've lost the will to live, get to this movie. It's bloody cute. It's actually a documentary, and it's about a son who really wants to honour his father. And his father has completely lost all his will to live, really. I think he's probably depressed. I don't know, not a mental health expert, but he's a retired French teacher who lives in Sweden. And he thought that retirement in old age, he was going to travel and be amazing, but he just really can't be fucked, really. That's what's going on. Anyway, his son, Philip, is just fucking gorgeous. He's such a lovely man. And he decides to take his father on a road trip, and he retraces their old family holiday. He even goes and buys a car the same as the car that I think it was a Renault, the same age and colour and everything as the car that his father used to drive them on family holidays, like, I don't know, probably 40 years earlier. And it's just a really beautiful movie. You'll laugh and you'll cry, and he wants to help his dad regain his spark for life. And he thinks that by taking him back to places, and he actually secretly orchestrates all these things that happen, like plans all this stuff, so his father gets to react some of his most delightful moments. Like, it's honestly so beautiful. And one of my highest values is effort. Just effort and honouring people. In this movie, this fucking son, honestly, deserves all the love in the world for what he does for his dad. And it's a true story. And it's actually a documentary made by the son, Philippe, and his best friend. And he convinces the best friend to go on the journey with him to support him with his dad. And it's not easy. Like, it's not all just sunshine and flowers. It's quite tricky. Some parts of it are really tricky. Oh my God, it's the cutest movie. And it made me think a lot, because it really highlights the frustration, the challenges, and the joy of kind of helping your parents when they regress and you sort of become the parent. It's definitely a space I'm in at the moment, and bloody hell, it's stressful some days. Some days it's joyful. Some days it's very busy. Some days it's very busy. And I think it's interesting because my parents are part of this generation who really have no experience of digital life and social media and stuff. And so they really struggle, online banking. They're like, what the fuck? They can't do all this stuff. And the banks are like, so really funny. We had to go to the bank because there was a bit of a hacker alert. Anyway, long story short, they had to redo, like lock my parents out of the online banking and get them back in. And, there is a passcode, there was a customer number, an access code, a PIN number, and a client number, and a password. I mean, what the fuck? Right. So all of these things we had to redo, and trying to redo. And, and then you get that thing of, you cannot use this password, you've used it before. It's like, oh my God. It's just, honestly, it's ridiculous. And it's really hard to get your head around when you're 80. pretty hard at my age. But anyway, so this week is about, I've got a quiet week. I'm not busy. I am not busy. I've made the choice not to be busy. I've got a beautiful week. Actually, my theme of my week is honouring people, because I've got about 6 different people I'm working with in a mentoring capacity, who are just extraordinary, like, oh my God, the people I get to work with are just so cool. And I sort of spend time helping them unpack their shit and getting their shit in organised boxes and things so that they can go out and be amazing. And I'm so grateful. So I've got lots of mentoring sessions this week, which is just, I love being able to dive into someone's life and kind of help them and then dive out. It's a little bit like when I was a wardrobe stylist and I just appear in people's wardrobes and sort them out and then disappear. And so it's kind of the same, but really not. Anyway, so I've got lots of lovely mentoring sessions, and then I've got a whole day for my mum on Tuesday, a whole day for my dad on Thursday, and in the middle, little Max, my wonder dog, he's got to have a little operation. He's got a little lump, and I don't think it's a problem. I've squeezed it. It doesn't seem to hurt him. It's just one of those things. But we've got to get that cut off. So I'm going to work from home so that I can be there for my little Max man, because he is such an apple of my eye. So that's it. I'm in service this week. I'm looking after people. I am in service. It's my gorgeous friend Jackie's birthday, so I'm excited about that. I've filled out my week. I've got a massage booked in. I've got a walk with my gorgeous friend booked in so that I can catch up with him. And yeah, so it's kind of a good week. It's got a lot on. It's a lot on in my week, but it's not busy. I've made sure it's very slow, because you see, when you're dealing with the old people, you can't go fast, can you? No fast. So I shall be slowly going. I can't believe it. For someone who's really shit at time, doesn't even believe in time, I am leaving half an hour early. This is how grown up I am these days. I will be leaving the house half an hour early so that we get a park. Because if we can't get a park and we're running late, my mum will get so stressed, and I don't want to add to her stress because she's already stressed enough. So we don't want to be adding any stress to that. So I'm like, look at me being all grown up. Because normally, if I have to be there, I leave 10 minutes after I'm supposed to arrive. Like, fuck, I'm hopeless. But anyway, I'm being very grown up this week. Grown up and not busy. That is my plans for the week. Honouring humans, honouring other humans, honouring the people that I get to mentor, honouring my parents who brought me into this world, who dealt with me, right, and raised me. Jesus, they need a medal. Honouring my puppy, who's practically a person. Yeah, so that's a bit of a big week, isn't it? But it's a quiet week because I'm not travelling. I've got no planes, trains and automobiles. I shall just be doing my jobs. So that is a good week, and I'm very excited about it. And I love the idea of, honouring the people in your life. So that's quite nice. I was very ahead of myself, can I just tell you? I was very ahead of myself, getting all organised so that I was ahead of Easter. I was about, 4 weeks ahead. I quite like to be ahead. And I'd made some Easter gifts. Well, guess what? I was out yesterday. Max ate them. Do you know how that dog's still alive? He's consumed more chocolate than Willy fucking Wonka, I tell you. He just seems to keep eating chocolate and surviving. I don't know what's going on, but he's eaten a lot of chocolate, and it was well hidden. And we were out for the afternoon and he found it. So now I've got to redo my Easter gifting because I got so organised in my planner. I whipped through and I thought, right, how many weeks when I was whipping through my planner, I thought till April, and I need to get ahead of this because I had certain Easter gifts that I like to do. And I had quite a bit of fun with my Easter gifting. Anyway, so that's me. So anyway, now I've got to just calm down. I'm not going to get cross with Max because, he's got a lump. His lump might be an Easter egg. Maybe when he goes to the vet on Wednesday, they'll say, look, we found all this foil. It's a piece of foil in his stomach because he's eaten too many fucking Easter eggs. Naughty Max. Anyway, I hope you have a lovely week. I hope it's not too busy. Don't let it be stressful. Just every time if you feel stressed, say, stress is a choice. I'm going to choose not to be stressed. How good's that? Right. Love you all. See you soon. Bye.